Hi guys, welcome to lesson 16, Keystone Prep part 2, headings, graphs, and charts. So our guiding question is, why are understanding characteristics of nonfiction important on the Keystone exam? By the end of the lesson, you will be able to understand nonfiction, characteristics, clarify, and simplify test questions on the Keystone exam. So, our key learning is that facts are verifiable, opinions vary. The answer is often the main idea of the passage. And the key learning is to stop and think and do not let tricky words, charts, or phrases confuse you. So, for part 3, headings, graphs, and charts, this is not math. Don't worry. Perhaps the best advice for answering questions that contain headings, graphs, and charts comes from the test makers themselves. This type of information is tested because you should be able to make connections and clarify, simplify, and organize complex texts. What does this mean? Clarify, simplify, organize? In many cases, the graphs and charts merely clarify and simplify the main idea of the selection. Again, there are two types of test questions. So, what are graphs? Graphs are visual displays of data and they show connections. Graphs are important because they help take information and present it clearly. They organize data, they bring out obvious connections, they make patterns easy to recognize. You could have line graphs, bar graphs, pie graphs. Those are the main types. Then there's also headings and subheadings. Headings, and what are headings or titles? Well, headings are used to show what a page will tell us about, and a subheading are used to show what a paragraph will tell us about. The heading is the main title of a text, and the subheading is a heading for paragraph or group of paragraphs in a text. So for type 1, consider the following two sample questions provided by the Pennsylvania Department of Education. Both of these questions are basically asking you to summarize the main point of the selection. Always look at the graphs and charts provided on the test. Ultimately, however, ask yourself, what was the main idea of what I just read? There's your answer. Based on information in the chart and the passage, what conclusion can be made about butterflies? How does the chart help you to clarify information in the passage? Type 2. The other type of question found on the Keystone will basically ask you to select the answer that best supports the main idea. Therefore, the correct answer will always support the main idea. So consider the following question. This is from the case for bike share in New York City. Based on the graph and the passage, what conclusion can be made about the use of the bike share program in Lyon, France? A, it has reduced the use of cars for trips. B, it has increased the use of personal bikes. C, it has increased the amount of walking for long trips. D, it has caused more people to form carpools for travel. While it is always wise to look at the graph, then when answering the question, you could make an educated guess based on the title of the selection and the answer choices. Read the question and title again and see if you can select the correct answer. Use process of elimination and logic to select the best answer. So this is from the case for bike share in New York City. Based on the graph and passage, what conclusions can be made about the use of the bike share program in Lyon, France? The title implies that there is going to be a case, an argument for a bike share program in New York City. Therefore, you can infer the main idea will have something to do with the benefits of bike share program. If someone is arguing for a bike share program, you can eliminate answers C and D. These answers argue against a bike share program because they indicate more inconveniences. You can also eliminate B as an answer because a bike share would reduce the amount of personal bikes, not increase the use, because people would be sharing bikes or a bike share. Therefore, A is the only possible answer. A bike share would certainly reduce car use. Furthermore, it is the only answer that supports the inferred main idea of the selection. New York City needs a bike share program. Of course, during the exam, you would have read the passage, so you would certainly get this one correct. And here is your test tip. If you find the graph or chart confusing, go back to the answer options and select the answer that best summarizes or supports the main idea of the passage. Don't panic, just stop and think. So your assignment is to complete, just actually to watch this video and check for any missed assignments and get them completed.